Greetings all, Vanna here for Aquarius's weekly message. Okay, what cards are coming out for you, my love? Oh wow, we have Judgment in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The first words that are coming out to me here is divorce. I mean, I don't want to say that's never a fun thing to hear, because sometimes it is really just best to separate the marriage or partnership. Alternatively, it could be going into a situation without really knowing anything about it, and that could be very scary, but also very rewarding. I'm feeling an energy in my throat chakra of either something that is going to be said, something that needs to be said, or something that is not being said. This is a big thing too, because it's having a very physical reaction on me. I don't normally have reactions this strong unless I am physically there, moving energy. Like, if one of the things that I do is practice a form of Reiki or energy movement on my mom and I to help heal our own traumas. And I'm getting these same reactions and purgings that I would if you were right in front of me and I was working on your throat or your heart or your sacral chakras. Those places might be ones that have been hurt. Throat, of course, being associated with your truth, how you speak for yourself, how you speak up for yourself. Heart associated with your sense of love, the feeling of love, what is love, the identity, as well as acceptance of love. That is a huge thing, is the acceptance of love. I have a very blocked heart chakra in that regard myself. The sacral chakra is a seat of creativity, inspiration, as well as sexual energy. If there has been a, please trigger warning here, if there has been a SA or a graping in the past, that is stored in the sacral chakra and creates this entire void. People that frivolously share their most sacred parts of themselves with others constantly feel that empty pit in their stomach because they're draining their sacral chakra with people who frankly do not deserve it. Now, I'm not going to yuck anyone's yums. It's your life. You do with it what you want. However, I do feel like there is a problem in those three places in yourself. They can start forming into IBS problems, stomach ulcers, and sore throats, heartburn, heart palpitations. These are all ways that chakra imbalances manifest and show themselves in your physical body. Yet so often we go straight to the hospital and get a medicine and a medication for it, and that worsens the situation because it puts a band-aid on it instead of actually healing it. To actually heal from these things, we have to put ourselves back in that situation, as difficult as it is. I'm speaking as someone who is working through and processing her own trauma. You have to put yourself back in that situation, but look at it from an outside perspective. Look at how small the world is in his hand. And that is not to belittle your problems. That is not to belittle your trauma. But you can take away the gravity of the hurt. You can forgive the situation, the people, yourself. And the forgiveness is going to come difficult. Is going to bring difficulty because the ego is not going to want to forgive that. The ego is not going to want to move on from the situation. But you are only hurting yourself by continuing to run around like a chicken without their head cut off about this situation. Forgiveness is not something you do for the other person. You don't even have to tell that person. I didn't tell the person that gave me my trauma that I've forgiven them, that I understand the point that they were at in their life. They had demons, and I was a brilliant flame that they felt they could warp and manipulate. It's not okay. I will not allow it to happen again. But I'm not hanging on to that pain because it's only hurting me. I promise you, they don't think about it. It's only hurting you to hang on to this, my love, and you need to release it. You have to make that decision. Are you worth trying life again? Or are you going to just continue to sit with this depressive state? I see 2, 2, 10, 10, 10. There's a lot of cross points going on right now. And it could be celebration and victory. And I really hope that it is, with the the Four of Wands swords coming out. Yeah. You have so much love coming in for you. You have the Queen of Cups, Ace of Swords, bringing in for you a new beginning and an understanding. The Four of Cups in reverse and the Five of Wands, we're bringing to light the things that we wanted to see, the energy that we wanted to have in ourselves, in our home, in our lives. We're bringing that. We're acknowledging it. Your hard work is paying off. I absolutely love that this is coming out for you. And like, I'm feeling like the tear running down my face, and the nostril ooze that comes when I am moving energy. You are moving a lot right now. And it's very natural to feel overwhelmed. It's very natural to feel discombobulated, empty, voided out, completely numb. But that is how it's going to be. And very quickly you could fill up with something beautiful, but also very quickly you could fill up with exactly what you just released. When you release these, when you move energy like this, you have to come back over it with something you actually want. You have to end every journaling session where you do a brain dump and you just scream out everything that's annoying you. You have to end it with something positive. You cannot just leave the void of the empty negative space, because it will be filled up with more negative energy. You have to consciously and actively work your mind, your energy, and your thoughts to something more positive. And you do this partly by surrendering to the divine, surrendering your need to control, but also surrendering your ego. You don't know everything. Be bold and make the first move towards learning something that you wanted to learn. Be bold and say, I'm going to do it, and I don't really care what anyone else says. Nothing will come from the situation, and you are good enough to escape it. You are good enough to get out of the situation. I think Aquarius is one of those signs that my mother and I were saying is in their villain era right now. And I very much feel this for Aquarius. Being in your villain era doesn't mean you're going around making people's lives horrible. It means you're being selfish in the fact that you're putting yourself first. You're making yourself your top and only priority because you deserve it. And people will have things to say against it. People will have the judgment that we started with. This may even be people in your very own home. Other people's opinions of you do not matter, because at the end of the day, you have you. And you have to be happy, or at least aware of who that is. And I love you. And I'm so very proud of you. And there's so much energy. The fact that I got my personal Reiki energy reactions in your readings just shows me how powerful this is. How powerful you are. Don't let their doubts and fears stop you from becoming everything that you could be. Because that's what stopped them. And that's why they're miserable. And that's why they're mad at you for being so brilliant, bright, and happy. Because how dare you go after something they did not believe they could get. Have a beautiful day, my love.